played quite a bit last year, especially on special teams. That experience, how much did that help coming into your second training camp with the Raiders?
A lot. I think they do things a little differently. Compared to a lot of other places I've been, and it's just good to get into year two and be able to put their game plan to work, and try to get the young guys come along and see what we can take it this year.
In terms of how differently, what would you say?
I think we work a lot more on drill work. I think they're a lot more focused on the little things. I think they're a lot big on turnovers. I've never been somewhere that forced turnovers on special teams. I think that's a spot here, and I think we're rolling through with that. And, putting it on tape, and we're seeing that.
Curtis, that emphasis on turnovers is now being really preached this offseason in training camp on the regular defense. Would you talk about the change in just the mentality? The defense is playing different, looks different this year. Would you talk about that mentality change?
Yeah, it's aggressive. The biggest change of a game is the turnover. So, if you can get that in any phase, that's, on offense, it's detrimental. On defense, it's great. And on special teams, it probably wins you the game. So, that's been a point of emphasis. And, we're just trying to go out there and put that on tape.
Curtis, you contributed as a special teamer a lot last year, but going into this offseason, where did you aim to improve for yourself as a defender when you are actually lined up at linebacker?
Just little things. Keeping my technique right, my eyes right. Just coming in trying to get better every day. And I think I put an emphasis on that, and I'm happy with my progress through camp.
Talk about those little things. It feels like in the NFL, you played at Oklahoma, and you're going to be winning games sometimes 54-3 sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
But in the NFL, there is a fine line with the talent being, so good at this level. Do you feel like those little things need to be, focused on at this level so that those don't become the reason why you lose games?
Yeah, I think in the NFL it's a small margin of error that you don't see in college, and I think a lot of guys get that confused when they get here. You'll see it week in, week out. The bad teams will play the good teams, and the bad teams will be in it, and they'll lose by a touchdown. And at the end of the year, you won't know that. They just see wins and W's, or wins and losses. So, whatever way I can impact, I try to come in on special teams and do that.
What's your approach? Do you look at the depth chart and kind of figure out where you stand, or during training camp in the preseason, or do you kind of just let it fall where it falls?
I think it's volatile if you do that. I think you get in your head when you do that. I try not to. Pieces move around a lot. Injuries happen a lot. Your situation, you can be bottom of the roster 1 week and playing on defense come week 14, 15. You never know. So I feel like you just have to approach it the same. Come into it, give your best. Take all the coaching points and act and operate like you're the starting guy.
For a young player, was that kind of a hurdle to get over at this level where, like you said, it's volatile? The rosters can be volatile. You'll be here tomorrow, not there the next day, but back the day after that. So you have to kind of get over that in your head.
I think for a lot of guys, yeah. But for me, I spent some downtime at Oklahoma. I had an injury year, some other stuff go on. And, so I think I was pretty well prepared for that coming into the league. And, I think it speaks for itself. I'm in year 5. Haven't played much on defense. Been on practice squad a few years. It's just nice to see it all come together, and I'm just trying to stay around as long as I can.
You're 5, but you bounced around a lot. You might have been here longer than just about anywhere now. Does this kind of feel like home now? And how nice is it to have a chance to kind of get to know one place?
Yeah, no, it's felt like home my whole life. I grew up a Raider fan, if y'all didn't know. My pops is from Vallejo, so, it definitely, come week 6, if I'm still here, it'll be my longest tenured team. And regardless, they have a different kind of culture here. Feels like family regardless. So, I'm just grateful for the opportunity to come play for here and, to get here and to find out how they operate. It's a dream come true. And I'm nothing but gratitude.
Did you go to games as a kid, and who's your favorite player?
I did not go to games as kids. I lived in Southern California, so, we didn't get too much up to Oakland. I actually lived around the corner from Qualcomm, where the Chargers used to play for a little bit. But, I didn't, so I didn't hit too many games. But, Charles Woodson was basically my favorite player. He's my favorite player all time growing up now, And, it's just nice to be able to put on the same uniform he put on and, try to come bring that same intensity. I I'm not the player he is, but I try to be.
I know you're from the Inland Empire, right?
Mm-hmm.
Seems like that's kind of Raider country. You feel like you're holding it up for the Inland Empire, and how do your family and friends feel about you playing for the Raiders?
It's great. I got a lot of friends, families, Raider fans. It's nice to see them wear my jersey. And it's not just a custom one. They go get it off the store. It's a real one. So, I try to put on for my section. There's not too many of us out playing in the league, regardless, anywhere. So, I just try to come in and show our brand of football.
So what won out when you were a kid? Was it Woodson? Were you a Raiders fan, or were you a Chargers fan living close to Qualcomm?
I'm sorry. Repeat that.
Who were you a fan of growing up then?
Oh, the Raiders. Yeah. I lived in San Diego for a good chunk of my life, and then I moved up to the IE. But I've been a Raider through and through. It's a lot of rough years back then. Yeah.
Have you talked to Charles and I guess just seeing him around? I guess what has that been like to just kind of be in the same places?
Just in passing, and I think it's I think it's surreal. I think we had a lot of Hall of Fame guys come through, a lot of Raider legends, greats come through. Heard them talk at dinner. It's a dream come true, man. I don't have too many other words for that.
All good?
Thanks, man.